how are you? How are you doing? I'm doing fantastic, and I'm sure you are too. Welcome to the Medley Show. Of course, this is your midday energy. We're coming from the very long holiday after the Ramadan season, and we are gearing up for the Easter celebration. And today on the show, we want to talk about something that is usually my favorite topic to talk about. Yes, when you mention movies, you know I will be in that conversation. And not just movies, today we are talking Nollywood. So for many years, Nollywood has told powerful stories, and now those stories are traveling, sitting at global tables, entering important rooms. And today on the show, we want to talk about something very, very interesting. We are talking Nollywood in Hollywood. Yes, when the two come together, what happens? That is what we're going to be looking at today on the Medley Show. And I have an amazing guest with whom I will be having that conversation with. But before you get to meet them, let's head straight to the world of entertainment and see what's buzzing. BuzzFeed is up next. Stay with us.
The Medley Show. The Medley
Good afternoon and welcome to BuzzFeed, where we bring you the stories everyone is talking about right now. It's a deeply emotional moment for Nigerian music and soul singer Asha as she mourns the loss of her mother, Bukola Elemide, who reportedly passed away after a sudden brain tumor. Taking to social media, the 43-year-old artist poured her heart out in a tribute that struck a chord with fans across the world. She described her mother as my reason to be, my queen, my everything, painting the picture of a bond that went far beyond family. It was friendship, inspiration, and unwavering support. In a touching twist, Asha revealed that while her mother couldn't quite carry a tune, she still sang every one of her daughter's songs with full passion, proof that love doesn't need perfection. She closed her tribute with a powerful farewell, saying her mother's strength, love, and spirit will live on through her music and memories. Hollywood is in mourning following the passing of legendary action star Chuck Norris, who died at the age of 86. Best known for his iconic role in Walker, Texas Ranger, Norris wasn't just an actor, he was a full-blown cultural phenomenon. From dominating martial arts championships to becoming a global action hero, his legacy spans decades. His family confirmed that he passed away after a brief hospitalization, describing his death as sudden, with tributes pouring in from fans and celebrities worldwide. Beyond the movies, Norris became a pop culture icon thanks to the viral Chuck Norris facts, turning him into a symbol of exaggerated toughness for a whole new generation. From the dojo to the big screen, he roundhouse kicked his way into history. Now to Nollywood's biggest night, because the countdown is on. The nominees for the Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards 2026 edition will finally be unveiled this Sunday, March 29th, in a live broadcast across Africa Magic channels. This year marks the 12th edition of the prestigious awards, celebrating the very best of African film and television. And here's the upgrade. New categories for Best Indigenous Language, North Africa and Central Africa have been introduced, pushing the AMVCA's mission of celebrating African diversity even further. And that was BuzzFeed. Back to the Medley Show.
The Medley Show. The Medley Show.
The Medley Show. Okay, our heart goes out to Asha, and of course, we are going to miss Chuck Norris. But something exciting, AMVCA is around the corner and the countdown is officially on. Anyway, back to our conversation. Today we are actually talking Nollywood, but Nollywood in Hollywood. Like I said earlier, Nollywood movies are beginning to enter new rooms, sitting at global tables, and of course, crossing borders. So today we are talking Nollywood in Hollywood, and this year's edition happened about 2 weeks ago. And I wanted to show you some red carpet moments from that. When we come back, you will get to meet my guests and the chat will begin.
The Medley Show.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Gentle Cherie, and we are here at the Aero Theater in Santa Monica, California for the Nollywood and Hollywood opening screening.
Well, I've been part of this dream right from day one. I mean, also is my man, so anything that has to do with movie, I don't play.
The event itself has been going on for years, so I try to come out here every year. This is 2026. I'm just looking to suck in some of this energy. You see beautiful African people like yourself and have a good time.
Always excited about anything Nigerian. I just love Nigeria. I love the films. I love the culture, fashion. This is the place to be tonight.
Well, I'm a Niger girl, so of course I had to come and support my people. And I'm also a film enthusiast. I'm an actress, so I was already plugged into the community and I heard about it. So.
Nice. Then we have the beautiful Decore. She is the actress, producer. Her film is screening tonight. Can you believe it? You are breaking into Hollywood with your Nollywood film. Tell us about it.
This is just awesome, right? This is dreams coming true in real time, yeah? I was here actually at the very first Nollywood in Hollywood. My film, Isoken, was here, and that was 2016. And now 2026.
Nice. So it's a full circle moment for you.
Moment.
And tell us how you were able to act and produce in the film.
You know, this is what I've been doing for almost 30 years now. So it was about time to start getting on the production side of things. And it was awesome being part of this production on the back end side. And then, of course, starring it as well, which is what I've always done. So, yeah, it was challenging, but it was also really fruitful. And I really enjoyed working with everyone. Our director, Shirley, who I adore, so it was awesome. It was an all-round awesome experience.
Ose, the founder of Nollywood and Hollywood, and Decore, actress, producer, her film is screening tonight. Ose, tell us how you were able to create this phenomenal screening of Nollywood and Hollywood, bringing it right in the heart of Hollywood so people can see the Nigerian culture in films.
Well, it's a collective effort, like a lot of people coming together to show our culture, show our films. And Dakura is here tonight. She's been there from the get-go, and she's been really involved in it, in the back scene, the fronts and everything. And it's just to show this town and then the world that there's another part of Nigeria and that we have people with a lot of talent, and it's an opportunity to showcase them and see if we can create opportunities back home and bring people here.
I have your beautiful daughters with us tonight. How excited are you guys to see your mom on film?
I feel really excited. This is an amazing opportunity and experience. It's our first red carpet, but I'm very excited. And I'm excited to watch the movie. So, yeah.
I love the connection with Nollywood. I've been doing movies there for many years, and I like the fact that Nollywood is coming here to Hollywood. And hopefully that can bring more collaboration with the two groups, Nollywood in one side and Hollywood in the other side.
So there are some beautiful red carpet moments from the just concluded Nollywood in Hollywood event. And it looks like I'm home alone today, but of course I have some very important and interesting guests joining me via Zoom. And I'll start by introducing them. First up is Mr. Ose Oyemedon, who is the founder of Nollywood in Hollywood. Hi, Mr. Ose, how are you doing?
All right, good morning. Good afternoon. Thanks
it's
for having
okay.
us.
It's okay. And we also have the beautiful Dakore Akande. She's an actress and the producer of Stitches, which also screened at the Nollywood in Hollywood event. How are you doing, Dakore? Thank you for joining us.
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Okay, we also have Steve Gookers. Steve Gookers was a jury member at the Nollywood in Hollywood event. And of course, he's also a filmmaker. Steve, thank you for joining us today.
Happy to be here.
Always. And Brenda Garva, who is the writer and producer of the movie that was also screened at the event, To Adego with Love. Brenda, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
So I'm excited to see you all. Thank you for joining us today on the Medley Show. So I'm going to start with you, Dakore. First of all, how did it feel having your movie screened in a Nollywood cinema? Of course, I don't think it's the first, because Isoke was there 10 years ago, but how did it feel seeing this one? And your daughters were there as well.
For me, my daughter's being there was the icing on the cake. Like my first daughter, Zoya, said it was their first red carpet. Because I've always tried to shield them a little bit, but they were ready and they really wanted to come. But it was phenomenal. Honestly, it was a great experience, just experiencing the audience, experiencing the film in real time. It was really great. And everyone got it. The film is universal. So, even though it was a mixed crowd, there were whites, there were Asians, of course, Africans, Black Americans, and they all got it, at every point where they were supposed to laugh, that they kept on going, so that engagement was really beautiful to see. And then more, of course, like diversity of the audience, and then also just the opportunity. And I really want to, shout out to Nollywood in Hollywood, and Ose, for having that foresight, because it takes foresight to know that, okay, there is something here. How do we connect these two worlds? For now, Hollywood is number one. Nollywood is right behind. So there should be more opportunities for collaboration. And I'm hopeful that with, the continuity of this festival, that will happen.
Okay. So I'll say, obviously, you were trying to fill a gap. You're trying to fill a gap by having Nollywood in Hollywood. Let's talk about why you decided to start this event in the first place. That's Ose.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. We started it in 2018, and it was an opportunity to just show the world, show the town, and Hollywood is like the capital of entertainment. So it was trying to show them side of Nigeria, and just to counter all these negative assertions then about Nigeria. And for me, we felt like the best way to do it is to like show our culture. Every country, you meet their culture before you meet the people. And the best part of our culture today is the films and the music. So I can do film. So we did film, and we got two of the biggest institutions in American entertainment to partner with us. The American Cinematheque, which is like the most prestigious screening place in the industry, and the School of Cinematic Arts at the University of Southern California, which is the best film school in the world. So with that, we were able to like merge Nigeria with film institutions. And I think in the times we've been doing it, we've been able to like create some kind of a bridge between Hollywood and Nollywood, and it's helped some people in careers and films. And it's grown because now people can actually come and see Nigeria, not read about Nigeria, the negative Nigeria. We made the front page of LA Times once, and I think there's never been a Nigerian story on the front page of LA Times that is not negative. So we're doing something right, I think. And thanks to people like Dakore, and that are they've not only screened films there, they've actually made sure that we can get quality films, and also made sure that we can get some of the backstage infrastructure to hold it.
Okay. So quick question before I go to Steve Ose. Your event held in this month, I think that was a day to International Women's Day, and you screened 3 films that were all directed by women. Was that intentional?
Well, you should talk to Steve because they are the jury, So we just screen what they give to us, but it was an honor, really. It was special to just have 3 women-made films at the event. I think that's like a Steve question.
Okay, so Steve, he's handed the baton over to you. Was that intentional, picking 3 films by 3 female directors?
Well, no, but
Okay.
it just tells you who's making good films out of Nigeria at the moment, because it wasn't a gender decision, it was a quality decision, it was a production value decision, it was a storytelling decision, and we ended up by chance having 3 women as directors for the 3 films that were selected. I think it's an indication of who's making really good films out of Nollywood at the moment.
Okay, so I want to ask, what separates a good film from a globally competitive one? That's
Now you're
sensitive.
asking something. You're asking something that's a divide between commerce and art.
Okay.
So you can be a globally successful film on a commercial basis, and you can be a globally acclaimed film on an artistic basis. But I think that all of that draws down to storytelling, production values, the treatment that the director brings to the film, the quality of acting, but beyond all, the power of the story that is being told. I think that really is what is the dividing line between a really good film and a well-made film or an okay film.
Okay. All right. So, Brenda, let me talk to you. In this studio here, we've talked about To Adego with Love before. That was just before it was released. And now it was also screened at Nollywood and Hollywood. First of all, I'm going to start by asking, how does that make you feel?
Humble.
Okay.
Grateful. I'm actually still in shock of it all, but I mean, what this makes me feel right now is that whatever it is I'm doing, the path that I'm on, everything that I've learned and I'm putting into action is working. And it just means I am on the right path. So that's how it makes me feel. It makes me feel that the path that I am on right now is the right path. And I just can't, I have to keep going.
And this is your first full feature film?
I like to say that because I'm proud of this one.
Okay, so quick question. What parts of this story, because you wrote and produced the story, so what part of this story do you think translated most globally?
I think it's love. Like I say all the time when I'm asked about this film, is when creating the story, I wanted a Nigerian story that could travel, a Nigerian story that could be understood on a global level. A Korean can understand it. And I thought of two things. What can the world relate to it? And that's love. And that's also war or crisis. So I decided to tell a love story with a war, with war as the backdrop. So basically, yeah, that's it. That's what I was going for. Tell an authentic, original Nigerian story that will travel.
And of course, love does unite us all. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. But before we do that, I just want to quickly talk to Dakari. So you did mention that the cinema hall had a mix of blacks, whites, Asians. But I just want to know, did the audience react differently from when your movie would ordinarily screen in a Nigerian cinema?
That's what I'm saying. They got it. Like every point that they were supposed to react, they got it. There was no like, oh, it went over their heads or something. Like, so this whole idea that, Nigerian films cannot travel, or it's obviously not true because they got it. At every point they were supposed to react, they reacted. And that just shows the power of film. It's universal. And, if you make a good story, people will react and they will love it. So let's just keep on making great films until we get to that place where we all want to be, where we're mainstream and not on the fringe. But it's going to take a little more intentionality and commitment to making great films.
Okay. All right, then. We'll take a quick break now on the Medley Show to bring you some more highlights from the Nollywood and Hollywood event. And when we return, our conversation will continue. Stay with us.
Nick, when are they for youth? Now maybe the local shark.
I just watched When Nigeria Happens. It was really nice. It was worth my time.
I mean, we see the view.
Such an incredible film. I'm still processing what I witnessed.
And I'd love to bring up Mr. Ose Oyemedon, the founder of Nollywood in Hollywood. Please give a round of applause.
A great few years showcasing Nigerian films in Hollywood, and we want to keep it going with your support and with your participation. This year we are very fortunate to have films by 3 female directors. We've never had that before. Tonight, the film we're showing tonight is a very important film actually in the annals of Nigerian history. It's called To Adaego with Love. It's set in the background of the Nigerian Civil War. Thank you so much and enjoy the movie.
Baby, give me a... So, you still haven't said anything about when we're going to be having our second date.
Thank you. Drive on safe. Bye.
Okay, this is still the Medley Show. Those were some highlights of, again, Nollywood in Hollywood, the 2026 edition of the Nollywood in Hollywood event. And of course, I still have Osei, Dakori, Brenda, and Steve joining me via Zoom as we are having this conversation. Can you all still hear me? Right, okay. So, can you hear me? Let me confirm that before I continue. Can you
Yes,
all...
we can.
Oh,
Yes,
fantastic. So I I know you're joining me virtually, but I always like to play a little game, especially when I'm talking to filmmakers or people connected to film. So I hope you don't mind. We're going to play a little game. It's not that difficult. It's something you're all used to, by the way. So are we ready?
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, so this one I called pitch in 30 seconds. So Brenda, Dakori, you both are going to pitch your film to me and my audience. You're going to be pitching Stitches in 30 seconds. And Brother, you're going to be pitching To Adaego with Love with 30 seconds. But Steve, you're going to pick any film. Tell us the film and pitch it to us in 30. Since you're good at picking good films, so pick a good one and pitch it to us. And of course, also you'll be doing the same. So who wants to go first, or should I just pick anyone?
Ladies first.
Okay, that's an easy way to go.
And my eldest first. Let's go with my elder first, please.
Wow. Okay, Dakori, so it's on you.
I'm not on to Elder. It is well. Okay. All right. Let's go.
So your time starts now. Your time starts now.
My movie is called Stitches, and Stitches is a movie about love set in Lagos and Port Harcourt, and it's all about how love intertwines with fashion, with fierceness, and how love wins in the end, or does it?
Oh, fantastic. You did that in 20 seconds. That's amazing. 20 seconds. So I think, should I reduce the time?
Yeah.
If Dakori did hers in 20 seconds, I mean, I should reduce the
I
time.
think you should.
I'm not fitting that time. I can't.
A pitch has to be like short and sweet.
Yeah, it should be short. So I think 30 seconds was way too long. So she set the standard. So we're going with 20 seconds now. So Brenda, you're up.
I don't.
We're going with 20 seconds. So Brenda, your time starts now, actually.
Okay,
Sorry,
in
Brenda.
In 1975, a young Nigerian soldier travels to Enugu on a peacekeeping mission. He falls in love with a noble mathematics teacher. They both love music, and with music and love, they try to bridge the gap in a very toxic period in the Nigerian history. That's To Adaego with Love.
Oh, okay. So Dakori, she beat you with that one. She did hers in 17 seconds. So the time drops again.
Let's see what Ose does.
So Ose.
Let's see what Ose does.
Man, look at the way he pushed it through.
So Ose, it's your turn. You have 17 seconds to beat that record.
Me? No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Ose, you have 17 seconds. So what movie are you pitching to us before you start?
I'm not going to pitch a movie. I'm just going to pitch Nollywood in Hollywood.
Oh,
because
okay,
that's
fantastic. That works. So you have 17 seconds to beat.
So Nollywood in Hollywood is a cultural initiative that seeks to bridge Nigeria.
Oh, is the internet helping you now? Looks like the internet is helping Ose.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh.
Okay, he's back. Can you hear me now, Ose?
Oh, he has to start all over again.
He has
I have to do it again.
Village people.
That was so good.
Village people.
Oh,
My grammar was on point. Note every tense, everything was flowing.
but we didn't hear you, so you're going to have to do that again for
You
us.
can do it again.
Yeah, you can do it again.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, I am.
So Nollywood in Hollywood is a cultural diplomacy initiative that seeks to unite Nigerian film with America by presenting the quality best three films in Nigeria to Hollywood. Thank you. 12
Okay,
seconds.
fantastic. 15 seconds. So, Steve, let's see you beat that one.
Look at this. I love it.
So,
Yeah.
a foreigner lands at Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos and he's hemorrhaging. People are confused, not know what to do with him. He's rushed to a hospital. One day later, he's confirmed to have the deadly Ebola disease. Nigeria is in panic, and so is the world. What's going to happen?
Okay, what movie is that, Steve?
That's
93 days.
Okay, fantastic. But that's 93 days. 93 days, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but
That's at least 35
Classic.
seconds.
well, it wasn't up to
That was
35.
15 seconds. I timed it.
Well, you
No, that wasn't 15 seconds. That was 19 seconds, Steve. Steve, that was 19 seconds. So I'm happy to announce that Ose won this round.
And he deliberately didn't say 93 days. That's like another 3 seconds.
Well, I'm excited to announce that Ose won this round with 15 seconds. So, yay, Ose is the winner of this one.
Are you guys sending some food for that? I mean,
We will.
Even though
We will.
Ose was the one that was reading his own.
We will.
I wasn't reading.
We'll send something better than
I wasn't
food.
reading. You remember I had to do it twice, so I
It's
asked.
too early in the morning, guys, please.
Okay, so let's continue the conversation. So
goodness, that was
we've
fun.
talked Nollywood in Hollywood, but I like to think that the reason for doing this is to build some sort of to create some sort of collaboration between both industries, right? So I'm going to start with you, Steve. How best do you think that can be achieved? I was going to mention something that Corey said at the Q&A, but I'm going to let my audience hear it when we play that much later on. But how best do you think that can be achieved, having a synergy between Nollywood and Hollywood?
Well, I think the festival is a very good place to start because what it does is it exposes what talents there are coming out of Nollywood. And it's even more important now that you have people like Takore and the rest who straddle both worlds. And what's going to happen is that you're going to begin to see collaborations that they bring to the table. And as directors and actors come to this festival on a yearly basis, they're meeting and interacting with other Americans who are, one, interested in doing projects in Nigeria, and then they could see opportunities to do projects in America as well. So that cross-pollination is already happening, and I'm sure that there are conversations that Igose would speak to are already happening about potential projects, both sides of the divide. So that's really important.
Okay.
I think that part of what could also happen is that Ose and Nollywood in Hollywood are partnering with one of the top filmmaking institutions in the world. I think that on an annual basis, it could be expanded so that when these directors and actors and people from Nollywood come to Hollywood, that they benefit, from some kind of 2-3 day interaction, training opportunity with the school to further deepen, their knowledge and their talent, and to make them even more aware of what the American industry is and how they can break into it in terms of the kind of projects that they can bring to the table. But I think that the people who come to Nollywood in Hollywood come from different sides of the industry. You find distributors there, you find streamers there, you find funders there as well. So in the end, all of that is coalescing. And what we're going to get in the end is really, really powerful projects that are coming up from both sides of the divide.
Okay. So I'll say, I like to start from where Steve ended. He said it would be to create great opportunities if we can do that. But I would like to ask Ose, what opportunities has this platform, Nollywood in Hollywood, mean you're collaborating with one of the biggest film institutions in the US. So what opportunities has this platform actually created for filmmakers in the, say, 7 editions that you've had Nollywood in Hollywood?
Well, I would say, I mean, it's created a lot. One is it's giving the platform, because when we hold a screening at USC, all the town comes, the agents, the distributors, producers, casting agents. We almost got an actress in Nigeria casted in a big film once, but I think she blew it. We have people that have gotten agents coming there. We've had people whose film was seen by streamers there, and the visibility is giving people in the industry when they come with their films. There was a year that we actually took over CNN Africa, like the streaming. They were just doing things from running it there, and I think we can do more, because we can do what Steve is talking about, and we're trying to do what we can do. But we need to understand that this is a showcase that has very zero support from the Nigerian government. Zero. And we have tried to reach out to them a few times, and kind of people talk a lot of big game and just disappear. And there's nothing, I think, like this for the industry in the world, to showcase Nigerian film, and just maybe forget the film a bit, just the talent come out of that place. Because if we can do it properly, like other countries do, like the French, the Asians, like what they do is that you use this platform not only to show your film, but to show your country, show your culture, and then have those talents come. The founder of Pan-African Film Festival, for instance, I think is the premier black film festival in the world, will come, and we have a platform that they don't have. And he always wonder, how do you guys do this? And if we're able to maximize that with opportunity. Oh, and yeah, and he told me a story once, like there's an African country that came in there, spent up to 7 million just to do a 5-day event to show their film and so, and it didn't even have the impact we have. It didn't get on the front page of the biggest newspaper in the world. So I feel that we can do a lot more if we get people who are in charge of these things serious to try and help Nigerian film industry itself.
Okay.
I mean, if I should just add to that, I think that really, if we understand what cultural diplomacy is, and if we understand the power of film and how stories travel, it's a no-brainer for the authorities in Nigeria to see what an opportunity this is and to tap into it. My hope is that following what has happened and giving the zest that conversations are happening in the industry at the moment about that, perhaps this will get a look in.
And I have to say also, I have to comment at least 2 people on this. I met with the Foreign Affairs Minister, I think last year, Ambassador Tuna. And the moment he heard about it, because I was giving him a T-shirt, the moment he heard about it, he just got very, very excited, called the person in charge of this in Nigeria, you have to meet this, we have to talk about this. Of course, it didn't go anywhere, but he was pushing, this is what we need to push Nigeria. So he's done that.
Well, I do believe that not just him, from other parts of the authority, things like this are being pushed, and hopefully we may not see the fruits now, but hopefully in due time we'll begin to see government presence in our movie industry. But let me talk to Dakori right now. Dakori, you're there. You're in the US, and you've also been in Nigeria. I mean, you've worked in both places, but Whilst we're talking about this collaboration with Nollywood and Hollywood, do you think Nollywood should evolve to fit for our global audience, or we're just exactly good the way we are?
That's a very good question. Personally, I don't feel like we need to be validated by the West.
Oh,
I
right.
don't, I've never felt that. We are Africans. We have a very unique place in the world. We have a very unique view of our films, our music, our culture, basically. So it shouldn't be dictated by what the West or global standards are. But at the same time, we should just keep striving for excellence. There's no, you can't say, oh, because we're not trying to cater to that we should just stay in mediocrity. That I don't subscribe to. But at the same time, I would love it to be a level playing field, because right now it's not level. We are still kind of on the fringe. If it wasn't for the streamers, we wouldn't even have visibility outside of the mom and pop shops, in the African stores, and on the outskirts of America, or Europe, or wherever else in the world. So I think for me, that's the aspect that I'm not, too keen on. Let it be, balanced. Everybody show their films, and, but like now, there are not that many. In fact, I can count on my one hand how many Nigerian films have shown in an American cinema, outside of a festival. So there are barriers to entry for sure. And those can be also linked to, colonialism, the general disdain that the West tends to look at anything coming from Africa as inferior. So I'm a Pan-Africanist, so I definitely don't subscribe to that. But let's keep on pushing for our own excellence. And I think that you were talking, just to piggyback on the question you asked earlier, corporate treaties are actually do, because like Ose mentioned, the French, the Germans, the Italians, sometimes they all pull money together to make one film that will travel and all that. So I feel like in Nollywood, we're still very much, everyone's trying to, create their own name in little pockets, instead of actually like pulling together to create something that we can push. And then also follow through. Ose mentioned an ambassador, I don't know his name. If it's only one person that's pushing for culture, it's not going to be enough. We need a groundswell. We need the government to understand the power of what we're doing. Nigeria has such a negative, negative, what's the word now?
Impression
like when you think
outside
of
the
Nigeria,
country,
it's negative. Yeah, the perception of Nigeria, thank you, is very negative. So the film, and that's what Hollywood has done successfully. Hollywood placed America as if America was the land of milk and honey and all. That is the power of film. That is the power of intentionality, of deliberation, of saying this is how we want to project our culture. That is the tool that unfortunately the Nigerian government is just not really utilizing. And it's not to say that we should only showcase the things that are good, or the things that are bad, but then let us all just showcase what we are, in its entirety, the good and bad. You can't believe the poverty that's in this America, but you would never expect that because of the way America is always portrayed in movies. There's a lot of power in what we do, and what we do it out of love, out of passion, but we support. It's like the pressure that it puts on us as artists to even be at the festival. It's a lot of money, but because again we believe in what we do, we keep on showing up. So let's just keep showing up. But sometimes I won't lie to you, it's not very encouraging. But we just have to keep on pushing. We will not be deterred.
Yeah, and pushing is what we'll keep doing. But let me quickly speak to Brenda. So Steve has talked a lot about good movies, producing good movies. And I do agree with you, Dakore, when you said we don't have to change to get any sort of validation, right? And that makes a lot of sense. But Brenda, you are a writer. And I just want to ask, what kind of stories are we not telling, and should we start telling, that would probably put Nigeria where we want it to be based on our films?
Personally, I think we are telling our stories, but I think a lot of people expect us to tell it differently.
Okay.
There are a lot of people doing such good work with storytelling. Did an amazing thing with Native Films and the projects he did, which I was, a part of, one of the projects. And we're telling our stories. We're telling our original stories. We're telling story. It's just, I think a part of the West expects differently. They want us to still tell the slave story. They want us to still tell the sad, bitter, children don't have water story.
Right.
And that's not our reality.
Yeah.
However, I also personally think that on this end, we're trying to westernize our story so much so that it's appealing to, and we're forgetting who we are, and we're losing our authenticity.
Right.
So basically, it's not that we're not telling our stories, it's just that we're either not telling our stories the way they want us to tell those stories that are not really our stories, or we are doing so much to make our stories look like theirs and we lose ourselves. So there are a couple of good filmmakers, not just in Nigeria, in a couple of other countries in West Africa, in Southern Africa as well, that are telling really, really good African stories, really, really good Nigerian stories. And I think we are responsible for this industry. Its growth, for the stories to travel, it's our responsibilities. The idea that there's going to be some white savior somewhere, I don't buy it. So it falls on our shoulders to push it as far as we want to push it.
I'm glad you said that, because I was just going to ask Steve if there's a danger of losing our identity whilst trying to go global or telling stories that will fit in globally. But I think you already answered that in some sort of way, unless Steve wants to speak differently to that.
Well, there is being authentic and there is being universal.
Okay.
And two things. The first thing is that filmmaking has a universal language.
Okay.
And you have to understand that language and tell your stories within the parameters of that language.
Okay.
So that the access to your film is not limited by the telling of it. Now, but you do have to remain authentic to your culture, authentic to your being, authentic to your history, authentic to everything that is culturally you. But we do also have to understand that culture in itself is dynamic.
Yeah.
And that depending on what era you're setting your story in, it would look one way or the other. But understanding the language of film and telling your stories in that language so it's accessible, but then retaining your identity in the stories you choose to tell and how you choose to tell them.
Right.
I would like to just that you to be Western, so your film or you can have access and grow. And we've seen where filmmakers have tried to do that, and it's fine. Those are the films that you see traveling festivals, because the lens through which the story is seen and told is told with a particular agenda,
right.
And so that follows through.
Okay.
When you spend on the story, then it determines how the story is told.
Okay. All right.
The power lies us in the sense that we're talking Africa, not just Nigeria, where the industry is, it's not sustainable. You would find that so there's no problem with the stories that we've been telling,
okay.
But our limitation is the scale of the stories that we can tell.
Right.
And it's the economics of filmmaking that is limiting those scales. It is not a factor of talent. it is not a factor of money, because truly money exists in Africa to make anything you want to make. But the people who have the money are not idiots, So you would have to show them is going to come back.
Okay.
And that's the catch-22 situation that we found ourselves in. So we're limited to certain budgets, and we can't do films beyond those budgets, and that also impacts just how the films are seen, received, and perceived. So it's something we need to work on, the sustainability of the industry.
Okay. That's well said. Anyway, we'll take a quick break now to bring you an excerpt from the Q&A session with Dakori for the movie Stitches at the Nollywood in Hollywood event. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a thunderous ovation for Chief Remy Martin.
Is most of the costume of the movie made for the movie, or
yes.
How did that work?
Yeah, we have an amazing costume designer, Yolanda Okirike. She actually made a cameo in the film during the fashion show, the Heineken fashion show. So she's amazing. I've worked with her several times, and she's very thorough. She really has that attention to detail for every character.
And big up to the cast, because what a beautiful cast. I don't know where you found the two younger leads.
They were amazing, weren't they? I wish they were here, honestly. But I'm the only one that's stateside, so I have to come out. I'm also an associate producer on the project.
And the director, Shirley, she's from Ghana.
She's Ghanaian, yes.
And how is it to collaborate with other African talents,
Look, it's long overdue as far as I'm concerned. We're all Africans, but part of why we're here even, is we're Africa, right? So that was that project, and Shirley's amazing. I've always admired her work. I think some of her work is actually shown at Cannes.
Yeah.
So she's up there, and she's been in the game a very long time also. So when I heard that she was attached to the project, I was like, oh my God, I have to be in this film, And it was amazing working with a female director as well, because there's not that many of us.
How do you see Nollywood in the space of Hollywood? How do you see the actors from Nigeria potentially navigating the space of
It's been very difficult. The doors are not open. Let's just be honest. It's very much we're in our world and they're in their world. Which is a little disheartening, because I think at the end of the day we're all one world. And it's a missed opportunity, really, because there's a lot of us, 1 in 4 Black people are Nigerian. So imagine the representation if you had, for instance, a Nigerian in a movie that's like a blockbuster movie, in the global scale. You're going to have a lot more eyeballs, right? At the end of the day, it's about money. We're trying to make money. That's my energy, I'm sorry. I'm open to it. I would love that with all my heart. But you can't keep on, the rejection, it's a lot of rejection.
Yeah. No, I
there's no power there. There's no power there. We also have to create our own platforms. But the thing is, it's almost like the system is rigged against us, because there are people who have tried, but they've just not been able to break through. Netflix is a behemoth, it's like Amazon, how are you going to go up against these guys? So it's for us to actually create our own distribution systems, and they're trying, but they're just not penetrating.
Okay, this is still the Medley Show, and we are in the concluding moments of the show. Today we've been talking Nollywood in Hollywood, and of course I still have Dakori, Osei, Chidima, Brenda, and Steve having this conversation with me today. But I just want to take a few messages that have come in while the conversation was going on. I'll just read a few messages, and some of them are questions. Maybe we'll conclude answering some of those questions. So the first message is from Usman Dambaba from Nasarawa State. He says, that's a big move. Congratulations, Nollywood in Hollywood. I'm very happy that this is happening. My name is Marco Chukwu from Ebonyi State. Says, my question is, how does Nollywood in Hollywood promote Nigerian film? I think we've been able to touch on that a bit whilst having this conversation. Then this other message, my name is Joy. I'm sending this message from Enugu. I have a question for the convener of Nollywood in Hollywood. My question is, what does success at Nollywood in Hollywood really look like? Ose, you're going to answer that question in a bit, but let me take a few more messages. Next message is from Kama. Kama says, I've enjoyed the conversation so far, and I do believe that if more people are as passionate as you are, Nollywood will probably be number one in the world. Well, we're hoping it's number one in the world. Another message says, I think they want us to tell only stories that make us look bad. But newsflash, Nigeria is way better than what they think. Well, we are really way better than what they think. Another message says, this is Mercy. Mercy from Kaduna. Mercy says, I'm not sure they understand how big Nollywood is. Don't worry, Nollywood is coming. I don't want to say we're there already, but yes, Nollywood is coming. I'm Olayinka Arile Kola from Ijoko. I give kudos to Dakore. Good job, sis. I love you. I've watched your movie for many years now. Well, yes, we all love Dakore. Another message says, my name is Felix. Felix says, I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. Are you saying that Nollywood will start making movies in Hollywood? Well, Felix, if you follow the conversation, I'm sure you would understand what we've been talking about. Another message. If you want to collaborate, if Nollywood wants to collaborate with Hollywood, are we not saying the industry will swallow Nollywood? I don't agree, but I think there's a question that we're going to answer shortly. Well, time is almost fast, but we have a lot of messages. But let me just Ose, I'm going to let you answer the first question while we start rounding up the conversation. The question says, what does success in Nollywood in Hollywood really look like? So you started this. So what does success at Nollywood in Hollywood really look like?
I think for me, the biggest success is that we are able to stage a film, like a showcase of Nigerian films in the center of world theater, world entertainment. This was impossible 10 years ago, so that people can actually come in, watch Nigerian films, know what the noise, see what the noise is about. And it's not just people just off the streets. It's like the leaders, sometimes the leaders of the industry. And they send people to go watch and say, so what's going on with this? And that in itself trickles down to people they want to collaborate with this talent, this industry. And, it goes on,
Okay.
and people down in Nigeria that have never even been able to come to this show get their film seen.
All right. So, Steve, quickly, we're almost rounding up. I'm going to the second question that says, if we're collaborating with Hollywood, are they not big enough to swallow our industry? I want Steve to sort of answer that for Felix.
Well, I'm looking at this as just beyond just Hollywood.
Okay.
It's about putting our voice on the global culture table.
Right.
Sharing our stories, sharing the ethos of our being. And if you are true to yourself, no one can swallow you.
Right.
Because what this opportunity means is that you have an opportunity to have a seat at the table and to have your say. So not being part of it does not mean that you grow any differently. I think that being part of it and engaging with that industry broadens the possibilities and the potentials for Nollywood rather than limits it.
Okay.
Or even swallows it.
All right. So I'm going to take Dakore and Brenda for 30 seconds each. So I'll start with you, Dakore. You've been in the industry for a very long time. You've experienced it from say 10, 15 years ago till today. So I would ask you this. If you had the power to change one thing in Nollywood instantly, what would it be?
The power of collaboration.
Right.
We
I
have to
agree.
collaborate more with each other and within Africa as well. You know, let's pull our resources, let's pull our talents and make great films. Even if we say it's 5 films a year we're going to shoot, it's a with co-production treaties, with the support of the government. Those things, I believe, if we do that, we'll get to where we need to get to. But we
Fantastic.
have to collaborate.
I completely agree. I think I've had that collaboration conversations when it comes to Nollywood a lot. I do agree with you that collaborations will take us way further than where we are even projecting to get to. So, Brenda, quickly, in 30 seconds, you are a writer, producer. What would you say to a young filmmaker who is watching, listening, and is wondering, how do I fit in? I haven't even gotten into the industry and they're already talking globally. So what would you say to that person?
Keep writing those stories, keep dreaming, reach out to people. She said collaborate, so reach out, send your stories to people. I know people like Uncle Steve who is always looking for good stories.
Yeah.
Young storytellers, fresh storytellers. So keep telling those stories, keep reaching out. Nobody is going to read your stories if they stay in your computer. Nobody is going to know you tell good stories if you don't send them out. So reach out to people and
Okay, fantastic. Well, this is where we're going to draw the curtain. So I want to say a very big thank you to Osei, founder of Nollywood in Hollywood. Thank you so much for joining us today. Dakore Akonde, actress and now filmmaker. I hope you're thinking of going the directorial route soon, because from actor, producer, next is directing, right?
Actually, I'm just rounding up on my project. It's a feature series I
Okay.
wrote, produced, and directed. So
Fantastic.
keep it locked. It's happening.
We are keeping it locked and we're waiting for that. Thank you also to Mr. Steve
Thank
Gukas.
you.
Thank you so much. It's been a great conversation and I had a good time. I hope you all did too.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
awesome.
Fantastic.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
I hope we'll be able to do this again in the future. Well, thank you so much. And this is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of the Medley Show. I hope you had a good time. I did. But next week I will be back with another interesting and fun conversation on your midday energy. Until then, my name is Tochi. Bye for now.